Right, good evening, gents and ladies. So, word of warning, I haven't done any preparation at all for this. I only just joined in quite late, so I have no idea where the split actually happened for the reverse grid, but it appears that Man with Garbage is on pole for the reverse grid race, so I'm not entirely sure who exactly won the first race. I wasn't paying that much attention to that. But anyway, so we've got Man with Garbage leading this one, and he is followed by Dadang, Superyam, who has been so far in the series incredibly lucky with the reverse grid poles again, seems to somehow have found himself in third. He's followed by Oscar, Team is fifth, or Timmy, Bien sixth. I think this is wrong, so yeah, let's just ignore all of that. We've got 30 odd seconds to light us out in this second race. Yeah, well, let's just have fun. I don't really know the track. I think I've played it roughly in Forza a little bit, but that's about it. Not driven it in AC, not driven it in these cars. It's very grey. But anyway, hopefully my car is last. It looks like it. Right. Let's see how this goes down into turn one. We've got 5 lights and they're off. Right, so we've got Superyams looking straight up the middle. Great start from him. Is he going to go for some Vamos? Let's turn around and actually look at the corner. So Superyam's gone off in second, tries around the outside, a bit of contact and runs wide, so that's gone terribly for him. And more contact in the middle. We've got somebody off there into the wall. Who is that? Is that Man with Garbage? Yeah, that's Man with Garbage. Having a terrible first lap there. He got turned around by something. Dadang then is running away because I think Superyam's good start meant that he got loads of exit there, loads of exit curb, but he's running clear away from Oscar. Bien in close company, and Rune has made I think a great start there, and is already close all over the behind of Bien. I assume he finished well in race 1 and didn't do. I looked up the inside. I think he's got better exit and is already quite a long ahead even. So now he's having to defend. Will Bien go for some Vamos? I don't even know what the next corner is. Is it the chicane? I think it is. Yeah, Rune's gone to the inside, so yeah, here we come into the chicane. Oh, squeezing as they come down straight. Oh, rubbing is racing. Bien's going to go straight across the curb. Yeah, and Rune is going to be slow, so he's going to be under pressure from Timmy. I think Bien should obviously give that back. Rune's flashing his lights in anger from that one. Will Bien end up losing out to Timmy? He gives the position back to Rune by lifting on the main straight. Timmy can't get alongside or make an advantage of that, but it's all now over Bien's bumper as they now come through the S's and down the hill. See how this shapes out, whether Timmy will be able to replicate what happened to... Oh, we got Pisani in the pits already. What happened there? Oh dear. Well, let's see whether Timmy can replicate it now. He's not managed to get a good exit, but oversteer, however, is all over the back of Petrol. So let's see whether we can have some more action here as maybe line something up into the chicane. It's quite a long, straight-ish section of track here. As they kind of wind their way down. I assume that's all full throttle in these cars. They are stupid, but I don't think they're that stupid. And oversteer goes to the dummy. Looks very out of shape on the brakes there, and Petrol gives him just enough space. I think he's Petrol's too much power, so oversteer forcing his way onto the inside, and that looks all out of shape. I don't know if that's ping or actually complete and utter madness, but they appear to have not hit each other, which is a surprise. Oversteer still having a look. I don't think there's any, surely there's no way through in those S's. It's all very tight. I think this is our closest battle. Oversteer, oof. Oof. Thought about the Vamos, but I think decided to maybe go and be a little bit sensible there. Oh, and we got changes up the front. Rune has carried on making a march and is making a move on Oscar. Nearly went far too deep and has gone too deep, and is out Dadang as well, the race leader, getting it all wrong. So that's all bottled it up. We've now got 4 cars coming down towards the chicane, and so on the inside we've got Oscar in the lead with Rune on the outside in P2. Who's going to break the latest? I think Rune broke latest, and Dodgems between everybody, and it's a mess. It's a mess. Rune is the winner of that. Oscar, I think, was the loser. He's in the gravel. I don't know if he's waiting for people there or just... Right, okay, so starting that lap, Danang was leading. He's ran wide coming onto that back straight and dropped down to 3rd. That concertinaed up the whole field of the top 4. Rune took the most of it. Team wasn't even in that top 4, but avoided the drama of the 3 people coming together, which I think was Darang, Bien, and Oscar, who has now got going again, but he's now all the way down in 14th and 10 seconds behind Superyam. So he lost out badly from that one. Oversteer is still all over petrol. I think Rune might be able to run away with this one now. He's kind of in clear air and has already got a gap, but we'll see what everybody else can manage to achieve. And Oversteer is very close. He's pulling out of the petrol slipstream now. He's on the racing line going into the hairpin, but petrol will have the inside. Petrol all squeezing, and there's contact, and petrol is spun round, and so, well, that's one position gained by Oversteer due to questionable tactics, and petrol is going to drop massively down the field, and he rejoins ahead of Oscar. So Oscar's still a few seconds behind due to his calamities also at that corner. Rune has now extended his lead to 1.8 seconds or so from Timmy. Darang is managing to keep pace with Timmy, so he's not out of it yet, but he might curse that mistake that he did that caused all the field to bunch up and him to lose his lead. So who's Oversteer's next target? Maybe he can do the next one a bit cleaner. Yeah, so he's chasing Bien, who's a second ahead. I don't know whether it might end up with Timmy, Darang and Bien all racing each other, so that might pay in his advantage to help close that gap. And the rest of the field, I think, is reasonably spread out, so let's just... I've only got one TV camera. Let's just go through the field. So your leader at the end of the 4th lap, as we just start our 5th, is Rune. Second is Timmy, and he's just at the fastest lap as Rune. 3rd is Darang, who's now starting to come under pressure from BN Major. Who in 4th. Oversteer is 5th. Kevin Kraus 6th. Junus in 7th with his teammate Pazzi right on his gear box. So maybe there'll be some teammate love going on later on. Tom all out of shape through the S's there in P9. I would expect him to be a bit further up the grid, so maybe he's had issues in the first race and was out of position, or issues in this race even. Wet is 10th. Man with Garbage, who we saw eat the wall on the first lap, is 11th, but ahead of Superyam, who we saw going wide on that first turn. So Man with Garbage is obviously having a better race because he was well and truly stuck in that gravel track, where Superyam was just ran wide on that first corner. Petrol in 13th after being murdered by Oversteer. Oscar after being murdered by, well, joint murder is 14th, and Rivern 15th, and Dirk is in 16th, and unfortunately disconnected is Luca. Oh no, sorry, Luca's just a lap down. I don't know why that is grey. I think Pisani has disconnected, but my...
A wild co-commentator appears.
Oh, what happened?
It's super effective. Well, I couldn't get AC to go full screen, so I tried restarting AC, and then it wouldn't start for some reason.
Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah, so I had to restart, and when I rejoined, they were already. So fuck it.
Indeed. I honestly have no idea what I'm doing. Oversteer is caught up to the and is already having a look at Darang. It's looking around the outside. Will he get squeezed? A little bit. This is North America first.
Place for an overtake.
Yeah, I don't know who's going to have the better exit there. Oh, it seems like it's Oversteer. But I suppose Darang's going to pick up the slipstream. So which way is Oversteer going to defend? Oh, he's let Darang have the inside, so I think Darang, if he can be brave on the brakes, embrace the Vamos.
Ooh, very brave.
Oh, too brave. But well done for trying.
He did wrong there. He should have stayed 100% on the brakes at all times.
That was it, was it? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. We got man with garbage close to Weck, and oh, who else has gone off? I think it was Darang's teammate, or was it Darang himself? No, Darang himself in his recovery. Oh, that looks like a supercar, wobbling all down the hill.
Yeah, it's gonna be red on those tires.
Is the temperatures an issue, or make it even more slidey on those rear tires?
When you lock up like that, yeah, that's definitely an issue.
Okay.
Oops, someone just went off.
Rune's just running away with us, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
I should go offline again. Stupid Steam. Oh, I sod it.
Unless Oversteer can get by BN Major and Teme, I think Rune's gonna...
Does Oversteer have more pace than Rune in pre-qualifying?
He did, yeah, in pre-qualifying and qualifying, and of course Rune had a big bottle.
Oh, Petrol trying his recovery, and a big, big whack with Weck as they were coming through the kink into the final chicane. Petrol manages to make the corner. I think Weck was still trying to get his car back under control, and he's alive still, but he lost out there. Yeah, it's all kind of spread out a bit. Oh, Tom is on the move. Do you know what happened to Tom in race 1? I'm surprised to see him this far back.
I'm pretty sure he was second.
Oh, okay, so maybe he just didn't do well with the start. There was a few issues. So, like Oversteer, his teammate, I assume, as they were on the same livery, he tried the outside, but didn't work out for him. But let's see where he goes into the final chicane, which is a popular place to try something, usually ending in contact. Let's see what happens. Oh, he's going for a dive. Thinks better of it, locks up, and is going to miss the corner. Oh no, you'll just do a 360 instead. So I suppose he did make the corner, but we don't give out points for style, sorry.
Oh, I was just going to say.
He just wanted to make it so that I just said a complete and utter lie, didn't he? So.
Yeah, that's, I mean, I'm going to get, almost going to
BN just taking all of the curves through the S's. I think this is going to give Oversteer his chance. Again, he's looking towards the outside. Yeah, I think this was a bit more than just, you know, trying to cut the corner. This was proper bouncing over everything.
Right, pushing a bit too much.
Yeah, so Bien's on the inside as they come down towards the chicane.
It's going to be a dive. Oh,
Oh, yeah.
oh. He backs out. Again, major.
Is missing the corner. So, and more rallycross. How's the rejoin going to go? It's fine. Oversteer's going to go around the outside. Easy. And Oversteer's car's moving like it does. That's more sideways movement from AC's netcode rather than just it being a stupid car. Right, so he's 2 seconds off Timmy, who's 8 seconds off Rune. I don't think that's possible.
Yeah, that's a bit too much. Oh, oversteer very wide out of turn 5.
So he's still kept the pace, but he's already taken 8/10 out of Timmy, so Timmy better get his elbows out. As oversteer is coming. Oh, we got teammates close together. Oh no, it's not the teammates. So Eunice has left his teammate behind us now, having a look at Kevin. So Kevin's going to be on the inside as they come into our favourite overtaking spot of the evening.
Can you keep it clean?
Oh, I think he's been a bit too early on the brakes and actually locked up the rears a bit. So Eunice, I think, making the move there.
They both kept it on the track though, and no contact.
Yep. That's good for that. Oh, Oscar has Darang passed Oscar just then, I think? I've forgotten where everybody kind of recovered from their accidents to. Tom is in 11th and very sideways to go past Superyam. I don't know if Superyam let him have that a bit, just kind of a bit afraid. And Tom is still very sideways.
Oversteer on Teme.
Oh. So this time on the inside through those couple of turns onto the back straight. But Timmy, I think, had the better exit, but he's going to pick up the slipstream, and Timmy's going to defend the inside. Will he actually stay to the inside? We've seen Oversteer try and cut back underneath people who've moved over, but I think he's too far alongside to do that this time. Both of them seem to... Oh, Timmy locked up the rears, I think, a little bit just then, and had a bit of a slide. So Oversteer gets the position. As they come over that crest, those cars just don't look in control at all. How does it actually feel when you're driving it?
It's pretty sketchy. I mean, even if you keep the steering straight, you feel like it's gonna go away.
Alright.
You have to steer left when you come down.
Alright. You turn in left in the right-hander. That's always a wise move. So Oscar, I think, had a moment with Darang. He was a bit on the grass and is now just up behind him, so... Who's next? Petrol is probably going to be recovering from when Oversteer murdered him, so his next target is Man with Garbage.
Look forward to seeing the start from Split 2, by the way.
Oh!
That's all I'm going to say.
Is it special?
It's pretty special. I'm going to link it in the chat for it.
Excellent. Oh, is my stream being rubbish again?
Did you try tabbing out?
Yeah, so I'm doing a different capture mode in OBS, but...
It looks fine at the moment for me.
Okay, it might just be the preview in YouTube just looks a bit stuttery. Anyway, back to actually racing cars. So Oversteer has got past Timmy and is now 11 seconds behind Rune with 11 laps to go. 11 minutes to go even, not 11 laps. So yeah, he's going to need to take a second a minute so to have a chance at closing up to the lead. Don't think that's possible. He is already taken it's a bit hard to tell with the live gap. What was it at the end of the lap was 11.4. We'll see what it is at the start of this one. Oh, BM Major's now closed up on Timmy. Is he just not a bit slower than these guys and just made up from the crash and is now struggling to fight them off again? So they recover. So BN's going for the inside. Seems like the guys on the outside are being able to control the brakes better than those on the inside, but they give each other space, and I think BM Major had the better drive out the corner but couldn't turn into the kink. So Timmy manages to successfully defend his position, and BN has a cheeky look up the inside into turn 1 but thinks better of it. So let's see how they go through the S's.
Petrol on the inside in turn 1.
Just giving each other enough room, that could have been dicey. So are these two also being held up by those two in front of them? I think they might be a little bit. And we got Weck and Danang back at the back of the field as well. I've got people everywhere now. Need more cameras. So Petrol did manage to, I missed it, but he did manage to get past Man with Garbage somewhere through the S's. So yeah, where do we think Petrol can get to in 10 minutes? He's got a bit of a... Do you think he can get these next two? And then Eunice is a bit further ahead. That's another nearly 5 seconds. That's probably a bit too much, but I think you can have a good crack at these two. Bien again very close to Timmy, coming out of onto the start-finish straight, and very sideways.
Major had a very poor exit onto the straight this lap, so I'm kind of surprised to see him this close.
Maybe he's just braver over that crest. Again, he's locking up a lot though, so I don't know whether maybe he's pushed too hard and overheated those tyres. Because Timmy has got away through the S's on this lap. And both of them using some rally. Bien using lots of rally on the exit. See Petrol is closing in on Kevin. Not quite close enough yet. BM Majors again having to close back up to Timmy after dropping back at the start of the lap. Who else we got close? Man with Garbage is too far off Tom. Oh, Petrol has got past Kevin already.
He's already up there.
I think Kevin must have maybe run deep into one of the corners there.
Yeah, but he was in 8th, wasn't he?
Yeah, I said he could get these two and then it might be a bit hard to get up to Eunice, but yeah, he's already behind, so he's got a 5-second gap to try and close up in 8 minutes if he wants to try and get P5. So I think that's a solid recovery drive from Mr. Roll.
Oversteer is still 10 seconds behind Rune, so...
Yeah, that's not really changed. He is closing, but not rapidly. I think he must have made a mistake actually. I think he's about 0.4 down on a delta at this lap to where he was at the start of it, so... Oh, we just had a position change towards the back of the field with Pazzi and Darang. And Pazzi, is this... I think one of these Koof guys has had troubles with the wheel and he's pulling off, so I don't know if that is... RIP. Yep, RIP. I don't know if that's more technical issues. Let's just go through the field again. So we got Rune leading comfortably by 9 seconds. oversteer in second, but I imagine once the incidents come, he'll probably pay a bit of a price for his contact with petrol. Timmy is doing well in third. He benefited from a big crash that took out like most of the top 4 into the final chicane, and BN does, I think, has more pace but doesn't seem to be able to do anything with it in 4th. Eunice in 5th, Petrol 6th, who's already taken that gap down to 3 seconds, so I think he's going to be able to have a go at P5. Kevin is in 7th, with Tom closing up quickly as well in 8th, so Tom also trying to recover from, I'm not entirely sure what, missed that at the start of the race. Man with Garbage is 9th, and CPM 10th. Oscar is moved up a couple of places since having his being involved in that crash into that chicane. Is now 11th, and Danang 12th. Weck 13th, River 14th. Dirk seems to have had a lonely race in 15th, and let's go back up to Tom because I think he's the closest battle we currently got on track. He's closing in on Kevin, and I think this looks promising to have a go into that final chicane. It looks like he's used more track than Kevin did, so we'll probably have a bit more of a run as well as the slipstream. Let's see, what does Kevin do? Kevin's taking the inside. We've seen the guys on the outside tend to actually be able to brake better, and yeah, Tom is kind of drifting it a bit into the corner, but manages to get it all turned down, slowed down and turned in. So that's Tom up to P7. BN is closed back up on Timmy. I think Timmy's more steady through these S's, and actually most of the time ends up being quicker because of it. Although BN there with rally skills definitely took a huge chunk out of Timmy just on that one turner.
Yeah, but lost it again on the exit.
Yeah. I never knew V8s would make good rally cars. I thought lightness would be the key for rally, to be honest.
I mean, the suspension is made of jelly.
Alright, how's Petrol doing? His gap's now down to 2 seconds at the end of the previous lap. It is less than a second now on the live timing, so let's see what it is over the line. So I think Petrol's going to be able to close up, but he's only going to have a lap or so to have a go at getting past, I think. Oh, he's using all of the track and some grass, and I think that's worked for him. He's yeah. So he took 1.3 seconds out of Eunice on that lap. So at the end of this one, if he keeps that pace up, he should manage to close up to his rear. Tom, I think, probably isn't going to be able to join in. Still got a 3-second gap to close up to join that battle. BN again, just since getting close to Timmy that first time, he can't now seem to get within that half a second. So I think that's our main things to watch as we come into the close of this race, of who's going to get that final podium position, and will Petrol manage to get into P5? Let's just actually watch the leader for a bit. Let's actually give him some airtime for his rather lonely race. He's obviously not taken on his sponsors' advice for this race, although I can still give him the commentator's curse in this last 2 minutes. I think his
car looks fairly clean as well.
Is he coming up to lap Dirk? Has Dirk just had a scrappy race, or is he just struggling for pace? Yeah, I don't think we've seen him everywhere. Oh, Petrol has closed up to within 0.3 seconds. So he did manage to close up that final 0.7 on that lap. So how long is the lap here? It's 1 minute 20. So he's got probably 2, maybe 3 laps to get this done. He's going for it straight away. Bit of rubbing, forces his way through up on the inside. I'm guessing that's how he also got past. Looking at how that was done, I'm guessing that's how he got the previous position that we missed. Just sending it, and I think, who was that? Someone's more sending in the background.
Well, that was man with garbage on Kraus.
Yep. So he's having a solid drive after eating the wall hard on the first lap. He was definitely last after that. So he's managed to get back up to 8th, but he did start on pole, so it's got a bit caught out there.
Wait, who was on pole?
I think Man with Garbage was on pole for the reverse grid. Don't know. Anyway, we got 50 seconds left. Rune's gonna lap Dirk. Dirk just decides not to go anywhere near the apex to let Rune through. So that's a bit of drama done. He's not gonna have his iRacing back market issues. Flashing his lights to say thank you. Bien has managed to get within half a second.
There was some extra rallying going on. I'll allow it.
Okay. You allow it in this race, but not in the previous one, yeah?
But you can't get that exit.
It's got somebody with some sound effects joining us. Is that Mr. Bunny?
It's just like real life.
Yeah. Oh, he's lost it. He's lost it. Oh, Timmy, I think saw it coming and opened up the steering.
He's gonna give that back.
Yeah, I think so.
No?
Yeah, I think. Oh, Timmy, I think struggling with dirty and hot tyres though. I think BM might ease up and let him have that as they come around the next lap, but it's going to be tasty. Petrol might pounce, I think. Tom has managed to catch up to Eunice, so obviously that 5-second gap that I thought was too big wasn't. So let's see if he goes for some last lap glory to try and get himself into P6. Gap between BN and Timmy isn't. Oh, it's coming down a little bit. I don't know. Let's see. I'm guessing if he's going to give it back, he'll give it back on the back. I would have thought he would try to give it back here so he could try and sneakily try again for the final time into the final chicane. Oh, drifting into the turn onto the back straight. I think he might just decide he's keeping it. I don't know. So, oh, yeah, in all of that, Rune's won. Oversteer. Oversteer did manage to close it down. It was 7 seconds in the end, and I think Bien's lifted. Yeah. So Timmy, I think a well-deserved third. He defended where he needed to defend. Oh, oh dear. Yeah. He's not going to give it back this time, is he? I think that's. Oh, I think he's got a better exit though. Is Petrol going to just try around the outside? I don't know. Who was that? Petrol tried just to floor it.
Got it.
Okay, and Tom just. Oh, well, that was interesting in the background. Tom has left the circuit. Tom is out of here, guys. Man with Garbage finished in 8th, Kevin in 9th, Super Yam in 10th, Oscar 11th, Danang just coming over the line in 12th, Riven is going to be 13th, and just crossing the line now with some rally action. And I think that means we've just got Weck left. Bit of power out of the chicane, just has to correct a little bit, and over the rise, and we're done. Well, that was entertaining.
Yeah, and now we can go watch the start of Split.
Oh, I will see if I can.
You bring it up on the stream?
Yeah, I'm not very good at this OBS malarkey, but have you put it on Discord?
No, it's in the stream chat. I can send it on Discord as well.
Which channel?
Oops, that was not so correct. PM.
Cool. Right, okay, let's put that on that screen and let's change this to capture display. Okay. No, don't need a cursor. Right, okay, I might as well quit AC. Let's get rid of that noise. Yeah. Right. Let's watch this beauty. Oh, oh dear. Oh dear. Wow. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 survivors. Oh, it carries on. Well, that is marvellous. So, I think, is it P3? Just lights it up whilst trying to go for the middle and just kills everyone?
I'm just watching it a bit delayed. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's a
Something,
good start by
going on.
P3, but yeah, I think a bit too much oomph as they tried to go down the middle. Anyhow. Okay, should we try and find somebody to talk to? Who do you think? We spoke to Rune last time. So maybe try and get someone else?
Well, Oversteer is saying that was the best race he had this season.
He doesn't have a mic, or it doesn't say he has a mic. Let's see if he's willing to chat.
He's been in a interview.
Oh, it might just be turned off. Who else can we go whilst he gets himself sorted? Petrol, I think he had a solid race other than this contact with Oversteer, so we can get Oversteer's thoughts on all of that, and then we can grab Petrol. I think that'll be a good plan of attack.
Yeah, we could talk to Dirk. Whack is up.
Okay, let's get whack whilst we which channel is he floating in? He's not connected to anything, so I can't drag him around. I cannot type. Yeah, Oversteer seems to have got a mic side. Good evening.
Good evening.
How was that from your point of view? We saw lots of action. It all looked pretty clean and pretty good racing, other than maybe your contact with Petrol into the chicane was probably the only mar on your race, I think.
Yeah, race 1 was pretty much boring. It was just a track trying to kill me. But for race 2, it was very fun, at least for me. I have some some very nice battles. For I think it was lap one, Petrol took my teammate out. So he tried to do, I don't know what he tried to do, but he just sent on the inside and crashed with Tom. Then I spent like 2 or 3 laps fighting with him, and he got super aggressive. A lot of times I had to back off because he didn't leave me room. And I'm not sure if you guys watched on the broadcast, but on that chicane, he again didn't leave space on the outside. And for this time, I just decided to stay with my car there because I was side by side with him, and he just outbraked himself and never gave me space, and we ended up touching. It was not ideal, but yeah, I'm not sure, but it was fun.
Yeah, we did. To be honest, I only had one camera, so I didn't see it from perhaps the best point of view. But yeah, it did kind of look like you decided that you weren't gonna, like we'd seen you before, back out from a fair few similar positions, but that time you just no, you were like, I've got the space, I'm gonna stay with it.
Yeah, I backed out like 2 or 3 times before that, and he was driving super aggressive. Personally, I don't mind, but I still think we have to do a clean battle, leave room when the guy's side by side with you. And for that time, unfortunately, we crashed. But after that, I also had a lot of fights. I can't remember off the top of my head, but it was a very, very fun race. Actually the best race I had so far in terms of battles. It was really enjoyable.
Do you think you could have maybe taken the fight to Rune if you maybe got through the field a bit quicker?
Yeah, I think so. I lost a lot of time trying to pass some guys, and I was averaging about zero point 0.4 to zero point 0.5 per a lap faster than Rune. At the end, my tires were really done because pretty much used them trying to pass other drivers. But if I didn't have lost a lot of time on the early stages, perhaps I could at least close the gap to Rune and perhaps try something. Try standing on the inside or something.
Design, do you have
I
any?
guess just in the end, what are your thoughts about the balance of performance and the Holden being over?
As far as I know, the holding it's a bit wider, so I believe that should give an advantage on long corners like Interlagos, where you don't have a lot of transitions, but instead you have long corners. And for this track in particular, I didn't drove the Ford, but I don't think it was like zero point 0.2 seconds is lower than the holding like it was on Interlagos. It was more about this track's very tricky. You could see that on pre-qualifying times were very spread out, but I'm not sure. I don't think the Ford was that far off for this race.
No, I was just trying to be funny as well, but thanks for the extended answer.
Okay.
Right. Okay.
Well, last for the last WAC season, I had a shitty car, so I guess now it's time for my revenge.
Indeed.
Oh, by the way, I like to thank WAC. He is my teammate on the Formula 3, and he decided to join this race on the V8s. And I think it was the first time he made it to the first split.
Yeah, we're
And
gonna
yeah,
grab him next, I think,
okay,
for a bit of a chat. So I'll get rid of you and we'll swap you out. So goodbye.
bye bye.
Hello.
Hey,
A birdie tells us this was your first visit to Split One, maybe?
yeah, I hadn't been able to keep up. Luckily, nobody else was this.
Do you enjoy it?
Yeah, I was really surprised with the pace. I just have to shout out real quick to my sponsor, Belden Brick Company. They put my car together from Brick One.
Does have many bricks in it.
Yeah,
So,
it's a good livery for that car, definitely.
It felt weighty enough, that's for sure.
so it's I think unfortunately we didn't give you a lot of airtime on the stream. So if you could give us a summary of how your race went from your point of view.
Race 1, I struggled to keep up. Race 2, I had a bit better luck due to the big crashes. I managed to battle it out with Pete for a little while, and then I I bottled it. I went for a few off tracks somewhere near the end, and then somehow at 27 minutes in, I put down my fastest lap of the day, which says a lot about my.
Well, I'd not really driven this car. How do the tyres hold up? Is it slower towards the end?
It's supposed to be.
Okay, well, practice, practice, practice.
Yeah, this was my first real entry into the V8s. I tried it at Interlagos, but I just didn't even know the track, so I figured I'd put some practice in, and I think I really like these cars. They're just a little difficult.
Well, we'll hope to see you again next week then, or not next week, but next time out.
Maybe for V8s. I don't think I can keep up in the F3s yet. Those guys
They're-
are fast as
Yeah, the F3 is a very different car. It's like the V8s is more about getting the power down and getting the exit that way. The F3 is about carrying all the speed through the turn. So completely different philosophies.
well, thank you for having me. You guys have a great day.
Okay, congrats on a good team finish.
Thank you very much.
Right. Let's just grab Dirk. I've not told him. We're just gonna surprise him.
Oh, yeah.
Surprise! Hello.
He's AFK, isn't he?
Ah, okay. Well, we'll get rid of him. That didn't work.
Unlucky.
Oh no. No, he's gone.
Oh, he left.
I don't know if I accidentally dropped her in the wrong place. And petrol is disconnected. I think we'll leave it there. We've spoken to people.
Yeah.
So
Outro?
yeah. Let's hopefully next time. I think Tony had some issues with OBS and just kind of felt like throwing his PC out the window. Maybe next time out he won't feel so aggro towards it, and you might get something for both races. But yeah, ciao for now.